what makes Bitcoin just not that good is that it is slow and it's expensive. Not to mention, it's incredibly inefficient. And I'm not saying that it's slow or expensive or inefficient compared to the fiat system, but I'm just saying that it's slow and inefficient compared to every other blockchain. Welcome to the Blockhead Podcast, where we share the most unpopular opinions in crypto. My name is Duh, and today we are going to trigger a bunch of religious zealots in the crypto space. And we're going to do this by pointing out some obvious truths about blockchain technology that some people just don't want to hear. So, what is this triggering truth? The Bitcoin blockchain is a terrible blockchain. Now, I'm going to wait a few seconds, let the zealots get their emotions out in the comments section. And then I'm going to explain what I really mean by that. And I'm going to explain why it does matter, but also why it doesn't matter. So the Bitcoin blockchain was not always terrible. Bitcoin is, after all, the first blockchain. And when it was introduced in 2009, it was revolutionary. It's still revolutionary as a technology. It was in 2009, and it is still a far superior technology to the incumbent technology. And by the incumbent technology, I do, of course, mean the fiat monetary system. Bitcoin in 2009, for the first time, created a hard money like gold that is government agnostic, can be stored at basically zero cost and transferred anywhere in the world without the need for intermediaries. And all these things are major upgrades to the incumbent system. Again, I mean the incumbent fiat system. So, why do I say that it is a terrible blockchain? And it's because when I talk about Bitcoin blockchain chain technology, I'm not comparing the technology to the fiat system. I'm comparing the Bitcoin blockchain to every other blockchain that has been made since Bitcoin. Every other blockchain since the Bitcoin blockchain has been a technological improvement on the blockchain technology. Now, we're going to keep tokenomics aside because there are uh, a lot of blockchains who really got the tokenomics wrong. They managed to make a good blockchain with terrible tokenomics. For this particular podcast, this particular episode, we're going to set the tokenomics aside, and we're just going to talk about the underlying technology. So, what makes Bitcoin just not that good is that it is slow and it's expensive. Not to mention, it's incredibly inefficient. And I'm not saying that it's slow or expensive or inefficient compared to the fiat system, but I'm just saying that it's slow and inefficient compared to every other blockchain. Now, when I got into Bitcoin in 2013, there was already a handful of chains available that were not as slow, that were not as expensive, and that were not as energy intensive as Bitcoin. Litecoin, I believe, was the second blockchain, and it set out to be a better Bitcoin. And so, obviously, Litecoin is faster. Litecoin is less expensive. So obviously, everybody now is a Litecoin hodler, right? No, because right after Litecoin, there was another coin. Forgive me if I leave out your particular altcoin that existed in 2013. But what I remember is Feathercoin. Feathercoin was a faster, less expensive Litecoin. And after Feathercoin came Quarkcoin, which was a faster, less expensive Feathercoin. And there's at least a dozen other iterations of Bitcoin technology that was just a slightly better technology, slightly faster, bigger block sizes or something. But it essentially did the same thing as Bitcoin, just faster. And so, of course, obviously, Altcoin is now the market leader, right? Obviously, that's not the case. Bitcoin is still the market leader. And we're going to get to why in just a minute here. And if you remember in 2017, anybody that was into crypto in 2017 likely remembers the block wars that led to Bitcoin forks, such as Bitcoin Cash is probably the most notable, or Bitcoin Satoshi Vision. These are all forks of Bitcoin that are slightly better technologically. They can handle slightly faster transaction times. And these faster transaction times are important because can you imagine trying to order a coffee at a coffee shop with Bitcoin? So you go in the coffee shop, you put in your order, and you scan the QR code with your phone, your Bitcoin wallet, and if it's an average Tuesday, you pay 0.00012 Bitcoin or whatever the going rate for a cup of coffee is denominated in Bitcoin. But then you also have to include a small transaction fee. So on an average Tuesday, it's going to be about $1, maybe $2 in transaction fee. And then you got to stand there and wait for 10 minutes while you wait for it to be confirmed to the blockchain. But wait, what if it's not the average Tuesday? What if somebody just introduced some new ordinal that is a picture of a smiling sneaker or something that's making people lose their minds and the network is congested? Well, then you've got to pay a $30 transaction fee and you got to wait until Thursday for it to be submitted to the blockchain. Can you imagine the other customers standing in line waiting 48 hours for your transaction to be confirmed? It's just not practical. So all these other blockchains have set out to fix this problem. But here's the reason why we're not all Bitcoin Cash holders, or we're not all Quark coin holders, right? The trick here is the value of a money, a currency, is not in the technology that transfers or stores the currency. The value of a currency is in the network of people that accept it as valuable. Bitcoin in the crypto space is that king. That Bitcoin is the original, and it probably got this way just by sheer force of being the first blockchain, but it has the network. It has the people that accept it as valuable. That is where the value comes from in the money. It's the network. It's not the technology. Now, Ethereum, if you're not aware, was the first blockchain to do something dramatically, importantly different than Bitcoin did. Before Ethereum, there was lots of blockchains, but they all just did what Bitcoin did, but faster or cheaper. Ethereum did something that was meaningfully different. And if you don't understand what that difference is, please go listen to our other episode about how Ethereum is different from Bitcoin. Now, Ethereum was the first smart contract platform, but it has the same story that Bitcoin has, right? And at first, I actually thought Ethereum was just another Feather coin. I thought it was just a faster, less expensive Bitcoin. But Ethereum was the first smart contract platform, first smart contract network, I should say. And since then, there have been dozens and dozens of faster, cheaper smart contract networks. But Ethereum still maintains the market cap. Ethereum is still the go-to smart contract platform of choice, despite how frustratingly expensive it is, right? I know it's frustratingly expensive. I will sometimes hold my nose when I go to do a swap on Uniswap, when you have to pay $30 to do a swap. I know it's expensive, but the value is not necessarily in the technology. The value is in the network of people that accept it as valuable. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is so that you can take away this one point. If you follow the crypto news, and if you're listening to this podcast, I assume you follow the crypto news. Every 3 months or so, you're going to hear of some new chain that is cheaper. You're going to hear of some new chain that is faster. You're going to hear of some new chain that has some fancy consensus protocol. Or you're going to hear of some new chain that has a unique system of validation. None of these things inherently make that chain more valuable than good old Bitcoin. As slow and as expensive as it might be, Bitcoin still has the network. Ethereum still has the network, and the value is not in the technology. The value lies in the network. Now, that's not to say that whatever your chosen chain is, hey, blockheads, thanks for listening. We're going to get you back to the podcast in just a minute. But before we do, there's something I want to share with you. I believe that if crypto is going to succeed, what it needs is fewer speculators and more knowledgeable users. That's why my mission is to take the crypto curious and empower them to become confident, competent crypto users. So if you're like me and you believe that crypto has a role in the future beyond speculation, I invite you to join the Blockhead community. All you have to do is visit blockhead.finance and join our mailing list. Optionally, if you have a self-custody Polygon address with at least 5 Matic in it, you qualify for our Blockhead airdrop. That's right. Just put in your Polygon address and we will airdrop you some useless DUH tokens. Let us know what topic you want us to cover next, and we will double your useless tokens. Don't have a Polygon address? You are in luck. We've included a short video about how to set one up. So join us at blockhead.finance, and congratulations on being amongst the brightest of crypto early adopters. Now, back to the podcast. I'm sure there's going to be quite a lot of very agitated Cardano holders or very agitated, very excited Polkadot holders or whatever it is that are going to try to express their emotions down in the comment section. And please do. Please do. I want lots of emotions in the comment section. But do remember, don't expect the new thing to become the big thing. The technology is important, and I too like a cheaper, faster chain. But anybody that says that they are the new Ethereum killer is not the new Ethereum killer until they have that network, till they have a a group of people that accept that token, that chain as valuable. So when you take this take away, don't be the guy holding the Quark coin. Sorry, Quark coin zealots. I'm going to say it. Quark coin is a better technology than Bitcoin, but don't be the Quark coin holders. The value's in the network, not in the technology. So stay safe out there. Crypto is the wild west of economics. Please know what you're doing. Please know where you're putting your money. And please like, share, subscribe, leave a review, all those things. If you found this podcast to be valuable, please share it with somebody that is out there hanging onto their Quark coin, because it is going to be the next thing, because it's so much faster than Bitcoin.